Hey there, science fans! Bill Nye here, and today we're diving into the wacky world of cells. Specifically, we're talking about cell division, the process by which one cell becomes two. Think of it like a cell photocopier, but instead of spitting out boring old paper, it makes copies of itself. Without cell division, you wouldn't be the amazing, growing, thinking person you are today. Every single part of you, from your hair to your toes, is made up of trillions of cells that all started from a single fertilized egg. Got a cut? Cell division swoops in to replace those injured cells and heal you right up. It's like having a microscopic construction crew on call 24/7. So buckle up, science explorers. We're about to break down the phases of this incredible process, from interphase to cytokinesis. Get ready for some serious cellular shenanigans. Now let's break down the cell division dance step by step. It all starts with interphase, the cell's version of chill time. The cell is busy growing, making copies of its DNA, the instruction manual of life, and prepping for the big split. Next up is prophase, where the replicated DNA condenses into those iconic X-shaped chromosomes. Imagine taking a long, messy piece of yarn and winding it neatly around spools. The nuclear membrane, the cell's brain center, also starts to break down, like removing the curtains before a big show. Now it's time for metaphase, the cell's version of a perfectly choreographed line dance. The chromosomes line up neatly in the middle of the cell, like dancers ready to perform. They're attached to spindle fibers, which act like tiny ropes, pulling them from opposite sides. Get ready for some action because anaphase is here. The spindle fibers retract, pulling the chromosomes apart and dragging them to opposite ends of the cell. As the curtain falls, we enter telophase. The separated chromosomes begin to unwind, like relaxing after a strenuous workout. And finally, the grand finale, cytokinesis. The cell membrane pinches in like a balloon being squeezed in the middle until it splits into two daughter cells. We've covered mitosis, but hold on to your hats because there's another type of cell division, meiosis. Think of mitosis as the body cell maker and meiosis as the sex cell specialist. Meiosis is how we get sperm and egg cells, the stars of the show when it comes to making new humans or other sexually reproducing organisms. Mitosis creates two identical daughter cells, while meiosis creates four genetically unique daughter cells, each with half the number of chromosomes as the original cell. When a sperm and egg cell meet, they combine their genetic material to create a whole new, unique individual with a full set of chromosomes. Meiosis shuffles up the genetic deck, creating offspring with unique combinations of traits. Now that we've got the basics down, let's talk about why cell division is so important. Remember that growth spurt you had a few years ago? That was cell division working overtime, creating new cells to make your bones longer, your muscles stronger, and your brain bigger. Every day, millions of cells in your body die off, skin cells, blood cells, you name it. Luckily, cell division is there to replace those old worn-out cells with fresh, new ones. When you get a cut or scrape, cell division kicks into high gear, producing new cells to repair the damage and close the wound. With all this cell division going on, you might think our bodies would be overrun with cells. Luckily, there's a highly sophisticated system of checks and balances in place to regulate the cell cycle and make sure everything runs smoothly. Think of it like the cell cycle police, directing traffic and making sure everyone follows the rules. These checkpoints throughout the cell cycle ensure that cells are dividing correctly and at the right time. If a cell isn't quite right, maybe its DNA is damaged or it hasn't grown enough, it won't be allowed to divide. This regulation is crucial for preventing errors that can lead to problems like cancer, which we'll talk about in the next section. Sometimes, though, things can go wrong in the cell cycle, like a glitch in the matrix. When cells ignore the stop signs and divide uncontrollably, it can lead to cancer, a disease where abnormal cells grow and spread throughout the body. Imagine a group of rowdy teenagers throwing a party that just won't stop. That's kind of what happens with cancer. The cells lose control, divide rapidly, and invade other tissues, causing all sorts of trouble. Errors during meiosis, the process that creates sperm and egg cells, can lead to genetic disorders like Down syndrome. These disorders occur when chromosomes don't separate correctly, resulting in cells with an extra or missing chromosome. It's a complex and tightly regulated process that's essential for life as we know it.